A lot of people are new to this, but I was true to it because I was following before there was 100,000 subscribers, like me and my sisters, and
that's SheraSeven.
SheraSeven, yes. I was telling every woman that I in person, like, there's a content creator that makes really good content.
Went from a place of not wanting marriage at all, and then you started to want marriage. Was she a part of the reason?
But probably it just seemed more secure for a family. It just seemed right. And I prayed to God about it. And I've always had a relationship with God, and Jesus is the one true Lord.
Regrets in really watching that content to help guide your decision making?
I didn't get introduced to dating older men until I started watching SheraSeven. She just basically said they got money. Yeah, exactly. They can be a better man to you. It seemed like how women could take their power back is how it felt. That's how it felt at the time.
With where you are today, do you feel like that was the healthiest content to digest, or do you have any regrets in really watching that content to help guide your decision making?
So funny thing about me is I don't have regrets.
Okay, so I don't know. Do you guys know who this Sprinkle SheraSeven is?
Well, hold on. Before we do that, moderators, we kind of let everything rock out in the chat, but when people spam the chat, y'all got to time them out. Don't block them, just time them out, because them putting it 1,000 times is not going to make me respond to it. All right, so when people spam the chat with the same thing over and over again, and they copy and paste in, just time them out and let them think about what they got going on. Go ahead, Q.
So this SheraSeven is a YouTube podcaster. She talks about the sprinkle, and she basically gives women advice on how to get with men. She's actually married. So she's a married podcaster, taking sprinkle, giving women advice on how to get a man, like get a rich man, get a man that's going to do this for you. And some people have came out and basically said, oh, she's giving wrong advice, but she has a lot of subscribers. So do you guys think that women should be listening to these type of podcasters on YouTube that are giving these type of advice?
No. The women of today, no. That woman specifically, that ISIS lady, she a bitch. And I don't care. I made a video about her. She's this lady right here, ISIS. She a bitch because she's the woman that moved in with some dude after a week of knowing him, married
Crystal,
him.
That is not nice, Crystal.
Because you moved in, you moved your children in with a man you barely knew, and he winded up diddling her. Apparently, winded up diddling her children. No, she coming back now because she a weirdo. At the end of the day, she a whole weirdo. And you want to come back saying, oh, that I regret. If you only care about a man's money and not his character, then you're going to get what you get.
Crystal,
but
that's not nice.
I don't know what else you want me to call her. Any kind of woman that lets a man around her kids and you don't barely know him. I don't know what else kind of word you can use to describe a woman. But I said what I said.
And she saw the red flags, but she chose to ignore them because of the lifestyle. So I don't think she has anyone to blame but herself. And that's why people have to have discernment with who they listen to. SheraSeven, at the end of the day, she's making her bag. She's married with her kids. Like, that's what she's doing. If somebody chooses to listen to her, okay, but to blame her for your actions, you saw the red flags. You said it in your video that you saw the red flags almost immediately. You had 2 boys already, 2 boys. I think she also said from 2 different men. And they moved in. He said that he was going to be able to take care of your kids. He said that he will be a stepfather. Y'all get married. Then you have 2 kids with this man, and he ends up essaying them.
Mind you, before she moved in with this man that she married, she had just left a relationship. She wasn't even fully moved out of dude's house before she moved into the new dude's house that she got married to. And they only knew each other less than 2 weeks. So no, she's a whole weirdo. And she literally started to pretty much bootleg off the sprinkle lady and try to make her own channel about how to get a man with money, how to get a man of substance. Like, she's a whole weirdo. And these kind of women are the kind of
trophy wife, right? Wasn't that the name?
Yeah, she talked about being a trophy wife, and she's a whole weirdo. I don't care. Be mad if y'all want. Any women that follow this type of woman and aspire to be like her, you're weird, and you need to reevaluate yourself.
And by the way, this came out of her mouth. This isn't speculation. She said this.
Yes, it came out of her mouth. She did the video, I Married a Monster. I'm pretty sure y'all seen that go around. I Married a
Oh, that's
Monster.
her. I mean, she looks
Yes,
familiar.
that's her.
Okay.
That's her.
Okay. She had like the white background. She's like my husband.
She's sitting on the floor crying, boohoo crying. No, because you don't be boohoo crying when you're first. At the end of the day, when you are a mother, your first obligation is to take care of your children. That is your first obligation. So if you sitting here chasing a man, you're weird.
Well, this kind of goes back to I think our first thing: women going after a man regarding resources.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to vet everybody. It doesn't matter. Like, honestly, what was going on in your brain? You're just getting out of a relationship that you think you met this person, and 2 weeks later, he's asking you to move in. Men, I don't know if y'all have done this, but men will ask you to move in with them right away. Like, no hesitation. They'll ask you. That doesn't mean that you go and do it.
That's how you know you were a weirdo.
Yeah.
But she was desperate. So, I mean, this is what happens when you're desperate and you're moving from a desperate place. You get what's coming. You just get what you get. So, and a lot of these girls are doing it. They don't have guidance. They don't have mothers. They don't have fathers to teach them what does that even look like vetting a man? Like, what does that look like? Some women don't know. And I think that the SheraSeven, she has been making content for over 10 years. What she's saying is nothing new. The problem is the women now that are listening to her, I don't think that they're equipped to handle a lot of the information, and a lot of them are going into relationships for a bag. And that's predatory behavior to me. So I don't agree with her messaging. Has been consistent. It has been the same. But it's a new wave of women now. And I think that's something that Shera should probably kind of tip herself to, that these not the same women you were talking to 10 years ago. Some of these girls are 17, 18 being raised up off of you, and they're going to be following ISIS mistake. And I knew it was only a matter of time. I knew it was a matter of time before something crazy happened, because that lifestyle is not for everybody.
It's the same reason why
especially if you have
go back and
kids.
listen to Kevin Samuels. He was like, this will come with some time when the 6-figure guy, not all 6-figure guys, but some 6-figure guys be weirdos. But all these women are chasing that bag, and they get in that situation, and then they want, oh man, I just want my bills paid, not knowing he got you licking your ass and shit. All type of shit. All right, yeah, it get deep. Yeah.
Let me ask a question. I got another question. How do you vet a man?
Oof, in this day and age, I don't know.
Wait, Liz. Liz, go ahead, Liz.
Well, y'all got to mute when Liz talks for some reason.
Your mic draws out.
Her mic goes off. Go ahead, Liz. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me now? Your father should be the one to do that. And I feel for a lot of women that don't have that, honestly. I mean, myself included, I wish I was closer to my father to have had that. Your father should be the one to vet or brother or some man in your life, because honestly, we don't do a good job as women vetting men in our lives.
I think most women have some sort of resource. They just don't use it. My sisters ain't never asked me about no man, right? They ain't never, and they see the type of man I am. Now, like, my sister's baby dads is bullshit, like, and all of that. Like, I got custody of my kids. They see me, but they still don't ask me about nothing. My sister asked me one day,
single baby daddy?
To some degree. I got a woman. We're gonna get married. But I got a family structure for my kids. But I guess technically
same kids got the same parent?
No, different moms.
Okay. That's be interesting. Hold on, Liz. You said what?
I said that's a big one. Unfortunately, a lot of us make those mistakes. We create so many broken homes, and we wonder what's going on. It's because we didn't vet people properly, and we think that we're going to be able to pick up the puzzle pieces and put it back together. It's not going to look the same. It's not going to feel the same, and it's rare that you're going to have a picture perfect story in a broken household.
All right, so hold on, give me a second. So you said you got 2 kids, 2 baby moms. You about to get married again.
I never been married. I got 3 kids, 3 baby moms.
Whoa.
Okay, so
no, right. I had 2 daughters. I got a son though.
All right, so let me back up for a second. What do you mean by your sisters see the type of guy that you are?
So they see my character.
What does that mean?
They see my character. They see what I stand for. They see the type of father I am.
Like what? Like what makes you the person they should follow? Because if you got 3 baby mamas, why would they honestly? Why would they take advice for you on how to bet for a man when you got 3 different baby mamas?
I mean, well, they could look at my past mistakes when I was younger and I didn't have sense, and they could use that if they want to, or they can use what I am now, who I am now, my success in life. Not just, I've been able to, with no real education. I'm a one.
Well, your success doesn't equate to actually being a good person, a good man.
Well, just different things. I think everything plays a part in that.
Like what?
Like being like the type of, like, my successful one is one thing, right? That's one area. Me as a father, right? The things that I do.
You got 3 baby mamas.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that's crazy?
I do think it's not ideal at all.
No, do you think it's crazy though?
Yeah.
So why would they look to you for inspiration?
So I understand.
It sounds like they look to you for inspiration already.
So I completely understand the stereotypical and the reality of the situation, right? The stereotypical, like most men, I would tell my daughters, if a man have 3 baby mamas, stay away from him. I'm the exception.
So why would they look to you? You're not the exception.
I am.
What makes you the exception?
For one, I'm with a woman. I've never cheated on a woman. I'll never cheat on my woman.
That has nothing to do with it.
I think that's an exception.
No, it's not.
I think most men cheat. I think a lot of men cheat.
This has nothing to do with creating 3 baby mamas.
So your perspective is that you have 3 baby mamas, right? You have 3 baby mamas, so that makes you a bad man, or that just makes you not a good man?
I don't think that makes you a great. No. I'm not saying. I never said you wasn't a good person. I said that you are not the model of inspiration that your sister should be looking to.
Yeah, so I disagree.
Okay, so now that's where we clash, right? Because I'm trying to understand what makes you the source of inspiration for them betting for what a good man is supposed to be. Why would they look to you?
Yeah.
If you got 3 different baby mamas.
If the idea, so we inherently disagree on what a good man is. I do.
No. I didn't say. Listen. I said the source of inspiration of what a good man is to be in a relationship with. You could be a good person. I'm not attacking your character.
Yeah.
I'm just evaluating the information that you volunteered. Why would they look to you when you haven't committed to any one of them women as far as staying with them and you decided to have kids with them?
Yeah. So to clarify, so your question is, why would they look to me for inspiration as far as a relationship?
Yeah, because you use yourself as an example. You said my sisters don't look to me at all.
I think that my kids are the caveat, but most women would look for the characteristics that I have for a man in a relationship.
Like what?
Like I'm a romantic man. I think most women like romantic men. I'm a provider. I don't have to answer. You can tell me what you're thinking.
No, I'm listening. Listen. So I'm a very animated person. What does being romantic is what got you 3 baby mamas?
No, that's not what got me 3 baby mamas. Being with women and
pull out game didn't work.
Yeah, not pulling out got me 3 baby mamas. So
go ahead. You're romantic.
So I'm romantic. I'm successful. I pay the bills. I pay all the bills. I pay for everything. I'm a leader. All of these things. I'm a leader. I communicate well. I'm articulate. I articulate myself. These are I think key traits when it comes to being a leader, being in a relationship, these type of things. And I would love.
Do you plan on having kids with the next one?
Yeah.
So you're gonna be a 4-time baby daddy.
I guess you could say that. But when I'm married,
you don't think that that's crazy?
Not at all.
All right,
I think so. Cool. I understand, and I would tell any man to have babies once you're married. So I believe if that's
but you didn't marry none of the mothers.
Yeah, I didn't marry them.
But see, that's the problem. Is that honestly, I don't think that you qualify to be able to give that type of advice. I think that any one of us can give our opinion, but I don't think that you're a reflection of it. You don't qualify, in my opinion, to be able to give advice to young men about how they should be moving when it comes to marriage and relationships.
I completely disagree.
Why do you disagree?
So I understand that people make decisions, right? People make poor decisions when they don't have when they, like where I come from, most people aren't married. Most people aren't married. Everybody's a baby mom. Everybody's a baby father. It's just like people will call their boyfriend, oh, that's my baby dad, right? You be like, why didn't you say that's your man? That's my baby dad, right? They'll say things like that. That's where I come from. So that was the examples that I had in my life. I think that I'm lucky that I was able to, even though those are my examples, I'm able to step away from that. And that's not the lifestyle that I want for my kids. It's not what I would do if I went back, but it is what it is. I have all my kids, I got 3 baby moms. All my kids go to school with me. Sunday through Friday, they with me. They go to see their
So
moms on the
why
weekend.
didn't you want to make it the mother of your kids, bro? Why you want to make it work with why you didn't want to make it work with none of the mothers of your kids, and why you think it should be cool for your new lady to take on that pressure for 3 women that got to be in your life forever?
I don't think that's the decision that she make. I can't make a decision for her. But if you're going to,
you coming to her though, you want to put her in marriage, so you're making the decision to make her your wife. So why would you want to bring her into that world?
No. The problem is, and see, this is why I hate myself. I'm gonna bring it back. All right, this is why I hate myself, because I remember everything. And one of the things that you said about Travis Hunter is that, you know, he was gonna be a real nigga, and you said that at some point he was gonna have to grow up and learn how to be a leader. Yeah. Now, I don't know how you can say that about Travis Hunter when your life doesn't seem to be a reflection of what leadership is really about. It sounds like you never had control of any of the circumstances, let alone the dick discipline necessary to foster a great family environment that is ideal for your children. I don't understand how you was able to say that about Travis Hunter, but then at the same time, your life is not a reflection of that yourself.
So the position that everybody's taking, I think, right, is that if somebody has done something when they're in their youth, you know, before they knew better, right, before they had a certain amount of discipline, that dictates their character right now. Or
yes,
is that I disagree.
I don't disagree, because you are the sum total of your decisions. And so the only thing that we have to go by as men is the results. We can't go by how you feel. We can't go by a short amount of time. We have to go by the history of who you are. And that's why vetting is really looking at, see, it's a difference if you 20 years old, because again, and I say this all the time, you're supposed to be broke. You don't have any life experiences. You're trying to figure it out. But when you start to get into your late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you evaluate a person based off of what their results is. So I can't go by anything other than what it is that I'm looking at, not what you say. Yeah. You spit a good game. That's probably why you got 3 baby mamas. You spit good game, but that don't necessarily mean that the results is a reflection of it.
I judge a man by his children and how they come out.
I don't judge a man by his decision making.
And
who he surround himself by.
Yeah, so the reason I disagree with y'all, because I understand that the ideal household is mom, dad, children, married. I understand that, and I agree with that. That's my position. I won't have any more kids until I'm married. But I do believe that, like I said, if you knew better, you do better. People are going to copy what's around them. That's going to be the lifestyle that people live, and that's what they know. That's what they know. But I completely disagree that. So. And it's a lot of women who might be in my position who they got several baby daddies or whatever. And I understand why a man would choose not to date them, right? And I understand why a woman would choose not to date me. But I believe that people's mindsets can change, and I would never, of course, a lot of people are the same, but I would never say that somebody's mindset has not changed. They haven't changed. A woman who used to be a whore is still a whore. I would never say that. Most of them probably still are, right? They probably have the same mindset.
How do we know she's not still a whore, though, is my point. Because she could change, right?
I'm just talking about mindset,
and people could evolve. But how do we know that she's not still a whore?
I'm talking about character.
How do we know that? The only thing we have to go off is the results. How do we know that she's not still a whore?
I understand what you're saying, but I think that's an oversimplification. I really do.
But you still not answering the question.
How do we know that
How
she's
do
still
we
is?
know that she's not still a whore?
Oh, we never know for sure.
So how does that not apply to you?
How does what not apply to me?
The same standards. How do we know? How do people know when they vet, right? Because the original conversation is why people ain't taking advice from you, why your sisters ain't leaning to you for understanding.
Yeah.
How do they know that you're not the same person that you were when you created all of these broken families?
By the way that I talk different. I'm different. Everything about
because
me
you
is different.
talk different.
Everything about me is different. My actions, the way I treat my kids, the way all of that type of stuff.
You can treat your kids phenomenal. It doesn't mean that you operate any differently.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just saying that
I operated
the
completely
results,
differently back then.
The results, I think, speaks greater vol. And again, I'm not saying that you're not a good person.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be misunderstood. I don't want people to take that the wrong way. All I'm saying is, if the resume doesn't necessarily line up with what the person is saying in their interview, should you hire them?
That's a complete oversimplification, though.
How?
And I'm one of them people that don't
have
really
to go by. The only thing we have to go by.
Yeah. So I'm one of them people that don't even fully believe in resumes fully.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I'll conceptualize that for you, right? So a lot of people say that Kamala's overqualified to be the president, right? Because of what it says on paper. And I understand that perspective, but I think it's an oversimplification, and I think it sounds crazy. And when people with resumes, people play this game of like, okay, I went and I took this program. Let me add that to my resume. I worked here and I went for this program for the military and I did this. You can play with a resume. And you can put things on. And a lot of people do that, and they use that to justify things. If I'm in an interview and I'm talking to you, that's what I care about. You can show me a piece of paper, right? Put that down, Kamala. Let's have a conversation, right? Show me that you're fit to be a leader. Show me that you're fit to be president. That's what I care about. So that's kind of like my position on the resume.
Actually, they both should line up, because that's why the black community get finessed and get scammed so much, is because there are people that can talk a good game, but their resume don't necessarily back it up. It's a lot of people that can convince people of a lot of things. And that's why the black church is in shambles. That's why people like Jay Morrison exist.
Yeah.
That's why you see people in the community get scammed all the time, because people talk a good game. But very few people, you have to have both. You have to be able to communicate effectively what you've done in the past, while at the same time being able to back it up with the results. The resume is to get you in the door. The interview is to sell you on a job. But if you don't qualify, and if you haven't been through it, or you don't have the stats to back it up, you may be able to talk a good game, but that don't necessarily mean that translates into the job that you interviewing for. No?
I think his service froze.
He might be frozen. I think he's frozen. I don't know. I mean, listen, I have to be equal across the board.
Right.
I have to be equal across the board, the same way that I ask questions of women. And, he hasn't met me with any hostility or nothing, so I'm never going to like disrespect him or call him out of his name. But I don't know how y'all just let that fly and y'all don't ask that question.
No, women are crucified for not being married and being a single mom, like absolutely crucified. And it's not even anywhere close to where men are seen as, it's mama's babies, daddy's babies across the board. And it's really sad, because it takes two.
I think when it comes to that leadership word, to me, I think of like, are you really a leader when you had 3 different baby mamas, right? Like, to me, that's like just irresponsible, right? So I wouldn't see that as having a leadership quality in your past. Like, I think that matters. Like, you're 3, it's not even 1 mistake, it's 3, right? But then he also has, it's about to be 4, but he also has full custody. So for you to get full custody of your kids, did you who were you fucking to where they give up full custody? Because it's very rare women get full custody. So I think about stuff like that, because mostly it's women that have full custody. So
I'm not saying that he's a bad person.
No,
I didn't say that at all.
He's just a decision maker.
I don't think that he's a bad person. He seemed like a cool dude. There he is. When he come back. Hold on, don't pull him yet. Wait till he get back up. I don't think that he's a bad person. He seems like a nice guy. He's contributed into the conversations a lot. Let me get him back up here.
Oh, sorry.
But I just don't necessarily. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree. I don't agree that just your ability to be able to talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree that your ability to be able to talk qualifies you. That alone makes you just the example that people should follow. That's all I'm saying.
Because to be honest, if my brother was a 3-time baby daddy and I don't like baby daddies to date, I'm definitely not going to him for no fucking advice. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I have a quick question as well, Lamont, if possible. Does your girlfriend have any children of her own?
So, but this is the thing. This is the thing. My sisters wish they baby
Oh, your service, Mont.
daddy was like.
Damn. Mont, your service is going in and out. Yeah, your service is horrible. Damn.
No.
Your service is going in and out. We can't hear you, Mont. Your service is going in and out. Message him.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Try it again. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a little dusty right now.
Yeah.
I just had that question because I know sometimes like some women are willing to, if they have children of their own, willing to create a blended family. Like with me personally, I don't have any kids, so I'm not looking to be with someone who has kids. I don't want that responsibility. So I just want to know the mentality behind it, because I know me personally as a single woman, I'm not going to date somebody with 3 kids from the same mom, let alone 3 kids from 3 different mothers. So that's why I wanted to know if his or his girlfriend, fiance, if she has any kids of her own and they're creating an overall blended family, because that would kind of make more sense as opposed to her even having like 1 child or her having no kids at all.
Yeah.
Agreed. I feel like if you got kids, you need to be with people that got kids.
Yeah, true, but it's not like that though. Them baby's young. Like we can't talk like it's 10 years ago. He said the child was 5 and 6. The little babies. That's babies.
Well, he ain't said the other one is either.
Yeah,
well,
we don't
here's how did I become the bad guy?
I don't even know how this conversation came about. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
No,
Can I
like
ask a
people
serious
be
question,
saying that
though?
I'm the bad
Well,
guy.
hold on.
First
5
of all,
and 6. I mean, that's a back-to-back. That's a
I have a question though.
Women.
Could people like him or people that have been multiple times married and whatnot, could they be an example, like tell you what not to do? Like, could you look at these kind of people and what you should not do because they went through it and they're like, listen, this is the mistakes I made, so this is what you should not do.
Like an alcoholic?
No, I'm saying like somebody that's been married and they got divorced and like, listen, this is the mistake I made when I was married, so this don't happen to you.
I
Type
think
shit.
that
Like,
anybody can give their opinion. I don't disagree with people having conversations and giving their opinion. I think that there's very few people that are qualified to give advice. And when you have so many people with so many voices in a room, a lot of times, listen, the thing that he said was, I don't know why my sisters don't come to me with regard to relationships, because basically was selling us like, that he was the model citizen. Yeah. And when I started digging, I was okay, well, what makes you the model citizen and all of this other stuff? I can see why they wouldn't go to him, or maybe they have been looking to him for inspiration.
You even took you like, wait, daughters? Wait, how many do you have? How old are they? And then he said,
didn't know it was 3.
The 3 threw me off. And it would be different if it was like a one-off. I'll say, okay, if it's a one-off, that's something different, but it's 3 and they're back. We don't even know how old the son is.
Yeah, when he said 5 and 6, I thought he just had 1 baby mom. I thought, okay, back to back.
And it doesn't matter. Don't come to me for relationship advice. Come to Molly or Crystal for relationship advice. Come to me for what. Come to me for what not to do. Don't come to me for relationship advice, because if I had it, I'd be married, right?
I think that you are qualified to give your opinion on any subject that you want to give your opinion on. The problem is that I just think that a lot of people are delusional about their own results. That's the thing. I think that people are delusional. Like, hey, why you ain't coming in for me advice? You know what?
And
You know what?
I don't know. I just went on his page a few minutes ago.
And I was gonna say, I remember that video going viral of him taking his girlfriend out, and I was like, that is just so cute. It went super viral a couple years ago, and now my mind is like,
oh, that guy that was just on.
Him.
Don't save her.
You
She
know
don't
what?
want to be saved. Don't save her.
I'm turning into I realize that I'm about to be on a villain arc.
You're not.
Because apparently people, what I say don't resonate no more. And people want the bullshit. They want Dusties. They want advice from anybody and anybody. So I'm going to just be, from now on, I'm going to be a referee and I'm going to just engage and I'm going to be like, hey, you haven't spoken for a while. What do you think?
No.
That's what I'm gonna do. Listen.
You call
I'm
out
going
women,
into my going into my bubble and I'm chilling. Everybody,
I was just asking because to be honest,
it's getting to the point to where it's like good is bad and bad is good again. So
no, don't be like
all
that.
of these people is following a United Healthcare killer, and they think that he the good guy. So I'm out. I'm chilling. I'm slow motion.
I was just saying, people like that I see in my life, like a lot of my friends growing up that have like 3 different baby daddies, like they're the ones who I look to what not to do. So like, that's why I was saying, like, could you sometimes look at these people for some type of advice? Because I made sure, like Jerry said, my husband's first kid was my first kid, and we got kids together, and we don't got kids outside of our union.
I'm not giving advice for them though. I'm not even talking to them about a 3-time baby mama. What do we have to talk about?
One kid disqualified. One kid
One of the
disqualified.
first conversations I'm having is, do you have any kids? Because the moment that you say yes, we have no conversation. I don't have any kids. I don't want somebody who has kids. Sorry, you can be the greatest person ever. I don't want to take on that responsibility. It's not happening, and I'm not budging on it.
Wait, but Jerry, something he did say, right? Provider. And I think Robert said something, he looked like he gets paid.
I don't get
not you. There are some women. Not you. But there are some women that will take on them 3 kids if he got money.
And that's them. I'm not that person. That's why I wanted to know, does she have any kids of her own? Does she have one? Are they creating a blended family? Because it makes it, at that point, it will make sense why she's there. But me knowing that I don't have any children whatsoever, I'm not going to intentionally date somebody who has kids, because I know I don't want that responsibility. I don't want it.
But Q, just go back to what Anton said earlier about Travis Hunter. Like, if we got a bag,
that's what I was about to say.
Cool
He said Travis wasn't that N-word or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's always been like that with a bazillion baby mothers who think that they're that guy and somebody else isn't, and somebody else is lame because they're doing things the right way.
I do hope that he has learned from his, I won't even say mistakes, because children are always a blessing, but I do hope that he has learned a lesson and that he doesn't continue to do the same thing. I do hope that he's learned from it.
He is doing the same thing though. He's with a brand new woman about to make another child instead of going where he already has.
He said he about to marry her. He said he had a child before. Now I think he got money. Look at his IG.
His IG. I thought he was Anton.
People fake having money all the time. People rent out cars and take
I
pictures
haven't
of
seen his IG. I don't have nothing to say negative about the dude. God bless him. I hope everything goes well. I hope he have 1,000 kids. I'm with it.
No.
1,000.
No,
you can't do all that with one woman.
Broken homes. I just want to know how he get full custody of all 3 of them kids. Like all 3.
It must be bad mothers.
I want to know how old the son is.
Or something.
Younger or older?
Wait, y'all. Wait. What does Miss Sanders think?
Who?
Me. Yeah.
I'm like, who's Sanders? Go ahead, Annika.
Oh yeah, no, I was just letting y'all rock. So I think that it's definitely a package deal, right? If you're a man or a woman coming with some kids, you gotta be ready to take on like that responsibility, right? Because that's a lot. And however the baby mamas or baby daddy personalities are, like, I think that's part of the vetting. If you are going to step into like a blended family situation or people that have kids, I mean, it's a whole situation. Like, you got to be ready for that. And some people are, and some people don't want that. So that's very case by case. That's what I say. Not for me, but that's for somebody. But I think
There's
it's important.
somebody for everybody.
Exactly. It's working for somebody, but hey.
Yeah. I hope that she, and I really don't want to speak on her. I just hope that she isn't, like I said, I didn't even recognize that was him. Like, I had followed like the video a while ago, but I just hope that it's a good decision. Oh, months back. But I hope that it's her truly making the decision because that's something that she wants. Because that's a lot to take on. Like, kids, let alone kids that aren't a part of a union with your significant other. That, I think that would be my only concern. I'm not sure if you heard the conversation, but I just wanted to know, does your fiance have any kids of her own?
No.
Oh boy.
Would it be better if she had kids?
What I
Yes.
was saying was that
As a
it makes
woman,
sense like for me personally, like I don't have any kids, so I wouldn't date anybody that does have kids. And so I was saying, okay, it will make sense if she had kids and y'all are creating a blended family.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the question. Elephant in the room. You got money?
I was just
How old are
thinking
you?
that.
Huh? Damn, he can't hear.
Yeah, I do.
You got money? You say you got money? Oh, okay. And the 3 baby mamas you have,
Yeah.
like, oh
Yeah.
shit, your service bad. Go ahead.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, you said I got money?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, and the 3 baby mamas, they gave up custody of their kids to you?
No, they didn't give up custody. We don't have anything on paper, but I just have the better situation.
Oh, okay. Damn. Yeah, that's
I don't even want to ask too many personal questions. Never mind.
How old is your son?
I live in a nice place, nice neighborhood.
How old is your son? I know that you said that
I think this is an important conversation that me and Anton was having because it's a lot of people like me.
Yeah.